I wish, I wish, I wish.
Psst. I've come to spring you from this place. Hello, Amy. How are you? You've grown big, you have, haven't you? I've really missed you, you know. Have you missed me? Have you missed your old dad? So, you ready then? Grand. Oh, we've got to make one little detour on the way first. Hey, I've got a joke for you. What is the hardest thing to do in the world? Give up. Milk chocolate digestives. You get answers to the world is milk chocolate. Come on, our way.
Oh, excuse me. Anything for number 10? Oh, thanks.
Hold still now, Amy. This might be a bit tickly.
Yeah, they said at the care home it'd have been quite a bad infection.
Well, it was nasty. You struggled with it, didn't you?
Yeah, we've got to get the all clear today before we can go out. I've got really quite a day planned for us.
I know, they told me on the phone. Sounds wonderful. I wish I was coming too. Right, Amy. I've had a good look in your ear, and the antibiotics seem to have done the trick. There's no sign of infection, and the pain's all gone now, hasn't it? Well, in that case, I'd say the ear is fit for travel. You go and have fun today, and if there are any more problems, I'm here in the morning.
Grand.
Amy.
That's my Amy. You were such a little chatterbox when you were younger, always reciting poems and singing songs. We had that great big book of them, do you remember?
I was so glad when the home said they'd traced you, Jeff. I knew it would be great for Amy. Well, grand. Amy, do you mind if I have a word with your dad? If you can spare him for 5 minutes.
Oh, looking at the pamphlets. Interesting, is it? Ooh, malaria. Never keep mosquitoes, they make desperate pets. So, how are you, Amy?
Fine. Thank you.
Good.
I was gobsmacked when social services told me. I never expected Trish to walk out like that and dump Amy.
Walked away?
I couldn't hack it. I just wasn't ready for it. The girlfriend, the baby, all of that. I hadn't done anything I wanted to do. I hadn't travelled, seen the world. I wanted to be free, I wanted to have fun. Now, that don't make it right, but that is how it was. So I'd clear off, and every now and then I'd turn up on the doorstep and they'd make a fuss over me, and... But it didn't work. She knew I wouldn't stick around.
And now?
Well, Trish and I were never married, so I have no parental rights. Can you believe that? I am her father, and I have no rights. But maybe something can be worked out.
You want to be involved?
Yeah, of course, she's my kid, isn't she? I mean, I haven't got itchy feet anymore, Doctor. I've got a job that I like and a place that I like living.
That's terrific. So, what is it you do?
I work for a building company. I've had plenty of jobs labouring over the years, and I'd only been working there for a few weeks when they offered me the job of site manager. So that was a real pat on the back.
It certainly was. They must really rate you.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
You seem really settled.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I never thought I would be, but yeah. You should see the place I've got in Salford. I've done most of the work myself.
You know, you should let the social worker know what you're thinking. I'd really love things to work out for Amy.
Okay.
And as far as today goes, a few things that might help. Keep a real eye on her. As you know, she doesn't talk much and can be guarded, so just be patient with her.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the recent trauma of her mother leaving. But what about earlier? She spoke.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really something. And that was you, Jeff.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Have a good time.
Thank you. Ready?
Have a great day, you two.
Alicia's keen. Thanks.
No trouble.
Bye, Jeff. Bye, Amy.
Bye.
Jeff,
Yeah.
maybe I'll give you a call later, see how things are going.
I shall look forward to that. Come on.
It's got to be all right.
Be careful of getting too involved.
Too late.
I'm not really surprised by anything these days. So what is it? Well, I've got a couple of questions that kind of involve the law. You want some professional advice? At this point, I'll settle for some friendly advice. Shoot. Okay, I don't really know where to start. Let's say I've got this friend who's got himself in a pretty bad situation. Bad situation? Well, what if he was being forced to sell drugs? What? Well, there's this thug, and he has threatened my friend with extreme violence if he doesn't do what he says. Worse still, he's threatened his whole family. It seems like this guy will be as good as his word. Understandably, my friend's pretty terrified and desperate.
Well, you know, the obvious thing to do is go to the police. That way he'll have protection. But you know all this. It's obvious. Why are you asking me? Greg, are you in some sort of trouble?
No, it's not me. My friend. He's, Look, Ronnie, you've been a great help. Thank you, mate.
And I've got to tell you, I was a bit worried about what we could do today, because I don't really know that much about little girls. But I guess you weren't into footy and stuff like that. Just as I suspected. And then I thought, I wonder if she can remember that poem. Do you remember the one that we used to say when you were little? The one about the princess that got rescued by that knight? Anyway, it was the poem that gave me the idea. I hope you like picnics. Banished to a turret high, a princess, something, something. Oh, I've forgotten it. Never mind. So what do you think of the house? Is it like the one in the poem? Grand. Banished to a turret high, a princess saw... No, she didn't. She looked at... Oh, no. I don't know it. Anyway, I don't know about you, but I'm absolutely starving big time. Where shall we dine, my lady? So much for the picnic on the grass. Why don't we find a bench somewhere a bit more sheltered? What do you reckon? Come on, then, let's go and have a look.
I hope they're having a good time.
Do you know where they're going?
I'm sworn to secrecy. Terrific Jeff's back in Amy's life, though. Is that with 5 M's or 6?
I hope you're not getting your expectations up.
I haven't got any expectations.
Oh, he's walked out of her life before. There's a good chance he'll do it again.
What a cynic. His life's completely different now.
He's still the same man, though, isn't he? Not exactly good parent material.
Who's to say what makes a good parent?
commitment's a good starting point. Tell you something, though. If he doesn't stay the distance this time, it would have been better if he'd never come back. For all he'll do to Amy.
He deserves a chance. Family's better than life in an institution.
Ideally, yes.
Here you go. You don't like tuna? Oh, well, don't worry, I'll have that one. Why don't you try another one? You don't like cheese and tomato either? Oh, that's all I've bought. Oh, I get it. You don't like the little bits of granary bread. Well, just take all the bits out and chuck them away and eat what you can. Did your mum tell you it was love at first sight for me and her? Kids, really. First time I saw her, I fell head over heels in love with her. And she said the same thing about me. It's true. She was a pretty wild girl, was your mum. Very exciting. We had loads of fun. We were always laughing and larking around. Always laughing. And then we weren't. We had a few rough patches, Mum and me, before you came along. And we never really did properly sort it out, which is why I'm afraid you found yourself born into a bit of a disaster area. There was my mum, for starters, Joyce, who didn't really see eye to eye with your mum. I still feel bad about that. Did Mum ever tell you about Granny? Well, she sort of lives abroad now. She has done for a few years. I haven't seen her for a while. She's nice enough, though. She means well.
I wish. Banished to a turret high, a princess watched the world pass by, wishing hard as well she might.
You all right? There's some crisps and fairy cakes in the bag if you'd like, and some chocolate as well. I've been trying to remember the rest of that poem. Banished to a turret high, a princess watched the world go by. And then, isn't there something about wish or wishing?
Wishing hard as well she might.
Maybe it'll come back to me. I'll tell you what, why don't we pack all the picnic away and put it back in the car and we can go and have a little bit of an explore? Good idea?
Okay, Faith, I'll make sure it's done tomorrow. Just give me time to look at the notes.
Still haven't heard from Lewis. I know you said it could be a bit of a shock for him, my letter coming out of the blue like that, but it's driving me crazy. And I guess you were right when you said it would take some time to sink in and for him to decide that he wants to meet me, but... Oh, I guess I've just got to try and stay calm. New craving.
It's amazing how people used to live in the old days. When I look at a big house like that, I think, yeah, but who does all the vacuuming? In the old days, they probably just used to roll some poor old servant down the corridor. Banished to a turret high, a princess watches the world go by, wishing hard as well she might. Yeah, that's it. Wishing hard as well she might.
Wishing hard as well she might, hoped one day a dashing knight would chance upon her on his way. And...
Oh, hang Hello?
Hi, Jeff. It's Helen Thompson. Just ringing to see how you're getting on. How's Amy?
Yeah, things seem to be going really well. Amy seems to be enjoying herself as far as I can tell.
What does she think of the old house?
Oh, she was well impressed. She had such a smile on her face when she first saw it. I must say, it really is a beautiful place.
Did she remember the poem?
I'm not sure about that, really. To be honest, she hasn't said anything. But, you know, who knows, maybe. We had our picnic, which was nice, just a little while back. She seemed to enjoy that.
Wasn't it a bit cold?
Well, we sort of managed to find somewhere a bit sheltered. It was all right, really. Well, Dr. Thompson, I really must go. You know what Amy's like. She's in such a hurry to see everything, and I don't want to keep her waiting. Sorry about that. Bye. Amy!
Jeff? Hello?
Amy! Amy, what do you think you're doing? Going wandering off like that? What were you thinking? What was in your brain, huh? Sorry. Your dad gets frightened when you go wandering off like that. I'll lose another of my 9 lives. And we're not supposed to tell them in the care home, eh? Oh, sorry, I didn't realise. Did you want her back? Hmm? I've got another joke for you. Why do elephants paint their toenails red? Give up? So they can hide in cherry trees. No, you're right, it's not one of the best, is it? Come on.
Right, well, thank you, Miss Saunders. We'll be in touch with you.
Well, she seemed nice enough. Good phone voice. I was worried about her feet, though.
Feet?
Yes, didn't you notice she had flat feet?
Flat feet?
Well, the job of receptionist.
Yeah, we know what the job is, only too well. That's why we're here.
Job of receptionist means a lot of standing. Flat feet could be problematic. Right, well, let's not rule her out for the time being, then.
Right, well, I'll go and get the next lamb in for slaughter.
When I got to Miami, I met this bloke from Bristol, and we got a job together delivering cars all over the States. Oh, we must have done about 5,000 miles or something between us. We went everywhere, from San Diego to Oklahoma City to San Antonio in Texas. I'd sleep and then he'd drive, and then he'd have a kip and I'd drive. It was fantastic. When I got back, I got this job as a cocktail barman. Hey, Amy, look at these toys. Aren't these brilliant? I didn't really know much about cocktails, but a mate of mine gave me a few tips and recipes before the interview, and in the daytime I was working on the building site. Amy, do you need to spend a penny? Thank you.
It says here your IT skills embrace all the usual office software packages.
Is that all the major operating systems?
And you have experience with a variety of office equipment. Telephone systems, fax, photocopier.
She also admitted to being able to use a scanner and a post office franking machine, which is a question that I think was just a little redundant, actually, considering we don't have one.
Not necessarily, and if you don't mind, Julia, I will decide what is redundant.
You should know.
Please, you two, not in front of the candidate.
Do you mind if I carry on?
Mark, do you want to just get on with it?
Actually, Miss Hunt, I would like to say in my defence, I have considered requesting a franking machine for the surgery. Thought it'd be quite a time saver.
Time saver? You're not the one that takes it all to the post office?
Well, no, I wouldn't be. That's not why I have a medical degree.
Medical degree? Ah. Would that be that thing that they handed out with your superiority complex?
Julia, Mark, please. Amanda, I'm very sorry about this. It's terribly important that we find the right person for the job.
Yes, exactly. Now, Miss Hunt, I am concerned as to how sensitive you are to the demands of working in general practice. A lot of the time you're going to be working with people in crisis, and for many people this is the first port of call before accident and emergency, and it can get quite unpleasant. You squeamish?
For goodness sake, what are you playing at? What are you trying to do, scare her away?
This is a doctor's surgery.
Yes, I know it's a doctor's surgery. I guessed that by your medical degree.
Please, you two.
Well, I'm sorry, but this kind of questioning is totally unnecessary and very intimidating.
This is a doctor's surgery. There are special requirements.
We need somebody to answer the phone, process the patients, take out their records. Simple as that.
Julia, Mark, please.
Why are you making it so complicated?
Julia.
Complicated? I'll tell you what's complicated. Some bloke comes in off the street, he's chopped his finger off, and Miss Hunt here is fainting at the sight of blood.
You okay now? Could have said something. Can I open it? I was just thinking, we can't really have a day out without ice cream, can we? Mint chocolate chip. Is that still your favourite?
What must those poor people have thought? They've come for a job in a surgery, not a lunatic asylum.
Well, he started it.
I did not, George. She's been winding me up from the start.
Would you listen to yourselves? A pair of you behaving like a couple of idiots. No, actually, correction, idiotic children. This afternoon has been utterly ridiculous.
This can't go on. I'm going to phone Mac in Canada, holiday or no holiday.
My garden ain't much. I just haven't had time, what with work and that. But I've been watching lots of those shows on the TV, and when I get a moment, I'm going to dig me some flower beds, buy some plants, and start an herbaceous border.
Banished to a turret high, a princess watched the world pass by, wishing hard as well she might. Hope one day a dashing knight would chance upon her on his way, and bravely steal her far away.
She's a secretary at our head office, that's how we met. She's blonde, slim and very pretty. How could I say no? And she has a heart of gold. I'm hopeful that one day we may even get married, Amy. I know that Melissa's keen to start a family. And when I told her about you, she was so excited. She was all for us getting together today and that. What's wrong? Now what is it? Look, listen. I love Melissa and I want to be with her. It's over between me and your mum, don't you get it? And it's over for you too. Mummy's gone. She don't want to be with me and she don't want to be with you. That's the rotten truth of it. Oh, I'm sorry, Amy. Sorry. Come on. Let's take you back to the care home. Come on. Grand?
Grand.
Oh, what a day.
You too. Out of 10?
4, and that's because no one incurred any serious injuries. Mark and Julia were tearing lumps of each other, and I was a referee. Otherwise, I think I would have given it a serious 1.5.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, I refused to discuss it any further without a large gin and tonic in my hand. What about your day?
Actually, it was more like a 7, apart from a weird meet with one of your colleagues.
Oh, which one?
Greg.
What about?
Oh, I refuse to discuss that with you unless I've got a big glass of red in my hand.
Home then?
Home.
Jeff, do you want to come through?
Well, I thought I'd got my act together. But I'm still not ready for the responsibility of Amy.
But you've only had one day together.
Yeah. And if that's a day, what's 2 days going to be like? And what's 5 days going to be like? And what's 40 days going to be like? I'm not ready for it.
Well, maybe you would be given time. Being a parent's a tough job, I know that, but there are people around who could help you, support groups.
I don't want it. I know that's not what you want to hear.
It's not about me.
Yeah, but you had high hopes for us today, and I did too in the beginning, and... well, I told myself I did, and... I got all excited. I thought I could do something. Don't get me wrong, she's a great kid. But I can see what I've done to her. And what her mum's done to her, and she don't need any more of that.
You don't want her to spend the rest of her childhood in her home?
No, of course I don't. But the reality is that I'm not any kind of father to her, and Trish is no kind of mother.
Don't be hard on yourself.
I'm not. It's a fact. How many times do I have to prove it? I'm sick of doing the wrong thing by my daughter. She deserves better. I'm sorry, Dr. Thompson, but this just ain't gonna work out.
Banished to a turret high, a princess watched the world pass by, wishing hard as well she might. Hope one day a dashing knight would chance upon her on his way, and bravely steal her far away. But he won't really.